All right, good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we are going to go over a very cool tool that I was just introduced to yesterday. And it is a home search tool that features AI. So this is, pretty much where everything's going these days. So very cool. And the producers of this tool are going to allow us to use this for free. So very, very cool. I'm excited to introduce this to you guys. Before we get into today's topic, we're going to bring Bill Seitz, the corporate broker of ARG, on the line. Good morning, Bill. How are you today?
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. How are we?
We are fantastic.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, we're excited. We've been using AI a lot lately, and so it's pretty much a given that this AI thing is going to spill into home searches and all these other things. So very, very cool stuff. I'm excited to check this thing out, Bill.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what we got, Kevin. Always on the front edge of all the good marketing stuff and all of the latest and greatest, especially with AI. Lots of stuff changing daily.
All the time. And
Before, oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
I was just going to say exactly what you were going to say before we get into today's presentation. Bill, I think you put out a great broker tip yesterday. Do you want to go over that with us?
Yeah, it was just a reminder about presenting offers and the importance of making sure that, I think it's really important to, if you can, put it in writing that you've received the offer and you've acknowledged it. Sometimes agents can be funny if they think that you're not presenting their offer or, kind of doing your job. And so I think it's really important if you can get at least a text to the agent, hey, I've received your offer. I'll be presenting it at this time, and making sure that every agent feels like they're getting a fair shot at these properties. We all know there's the majority of us do the job ethically and responsibly, but there's the few bad apples out there that can kind of do some things that aren't so ethical. So just a reminder, like just so you're protected, keep everything on the up and up, and then make sure you present every offer to your seller, right? Make sure, even if it's not an offer that you know that they're not going to take, let them know you've received it. Maybe the terms aren't going to be in their favor, or the best thing for them, but make sure you do present it. That way you have nothing to fall back on you.
No, that's huge. And just like in anything, communication is key. So I think that's a really good tip. It's just keeping everybody abreast of everything in the transaction is always something that we promote. So I think that's a great one, Bill.
Yeah, perfect. And we have a couple recruits that are, I think, on the webinar this morning. So we want to welcome them to our weekly training. We've got Susie Sipple, Tara McDonald, and Steve Mortimer, I believe. And so if you guys are here, we're glad to have you. Glad to see you finding out what we're all about. And we appreciate you taking the time to look at Alta Realty Group.
For sure. Yeah, I do see that Tara and Susie and Steve are on the line. So great to have you guys. It's a pleasure. And before we get into the meat of our presentation, let's just take a look at the 10-year Treasury bill. What do you have to say?
I have to say that, like I mentioned, rates went up as soon as the Fed announced they cut rates.
Right, that was right here.
I don't want to be at a I told you so, but I told you so.
100%. You called it. So, and that's, just a testament to Bill and the team over at Clearview Mortgage. They're always got their eye on the bullseye at all times. And so, yeah, that comes from years and years of studying that stuff.
It does, and it hasn't moved up drastically. It's probably about an eighth to a quarter point, but we'll see what happens. It's we're still anticipating more downside or upside for lower rates, but we'll just keep an eye on it as we always do. And I also wanted to mention two more agents really quick, Kevin, before you guys get started. Michael Lamons is back with our brokerage. Super happy to have him with us. And also one of our San Diego agents, Alyssa Demir, was, I think she's on this morning. So happy to see both of them here amongst our regulars. Tim Mano, our corporate recruiter, and myself got to spend some time with Alyssa down in San Diego or I think it was 2 weeks ago. We had a great time, met some of her friends, and went out in the local oceanside scene. So really cool to meet with her and learn about one of our agents down there that's doing a great job.
Very cool. Always great to see our regulars on the webinar and great to see our everybody that has joined us today. So thank you guys for joining us. So we are going to move swiftly into our presentation today. And so today we're going to be joined by Addie and Chris from Homiere. And I don't, let's see, Addie, you should be able to promote yourself to panelist. And if not, I see Chris. Oh, there you go, Addie. All right, perfect. And so you guys, thank you so much for coming on our webinar today. I was really impressed with what we talked about yesterday. So what do you guys have for us?
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and share here and do a quick demo of the tool.
Perfect.
Yep, looks good. Folks see my screen?
That's perfect. So,
Yep.
yeah. So yesterday, Chris and Addie and I, we, they showed me what they have going here, and so I was really impressed to see that they have basically merged an AI tool with a home search. And so, in our world, we're all, real estate professionals. We're very, savvy when it comes to doing home searches, but the layperson, you know, doesn't, when they go on whatever tool they're using, they might not be so savvy in choosing the right, parameters for their home search. And so this is a AI tool that allows the quote unquote layperson to just type in whatever the heck they're looking for, in no uncertain terms and get exactly what they're looking for. So, so Chris, give us a little bit more of a, overview and then show us how the tool works.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. So, hey everybody, I'm Chris, the CTO of Homiere. Addie, my co-founder and I are super excited to be here today and meet with everyone and give you a demo. So if you're currently on this webinar, you'll get an email with a temporary password to Homiere after the webinar. So you're just going to click the link there, sign in, set up your password, and get free access to start playing around with it. We welcome all feedback. I think there's even a feedback link within the site that you can click on. We're beta testing at the moment, so really any feedback you can provide will be great for us. So Homiere is really an AI home search and light CRM platform built for agents. So we're pulling in CRMLS data at the moment and allowing users to search for homes using natural language. So as Kevin mentioned, just put in whatever you want in your search bar, ask for it, and Homiere will look for it for you. You don't have to go in and click around on filters. So it should be faster and easier to use. You'll get some built-in CRM features as well to save, share, and track your clients' activities. So you can share access to Homiere with your clients as well. So once you get logged in, there's actually a invite client button, which you can invite a client, they can come log into Homiere and use it. And then you can actually see their activity to see, hey, what have they been searching for? So our homepage is pretty simple right now. We're going through design revamp, but if you're on, as I mentioned, you'll get an email to sign in. So I'm going to sign in here with my account just to pull up the main UI here. So we've got a map, we've got a search bar as well here. So I'm gonna pass it over to Addie, who's gonna continue from here. Addie, you want to walk through the rest of it?
Sure. Thank you for inviting us, Kevin. And yeah, super happy to be here, everyone. I'm Addie, and I'm the CEO of Homiere. All right, so once you're signed in, this is where you'll really start to see what sets Homiere apart. Unlike other platforms like Zillow and MLS, where you're mostly stuck using filters, here you can really see that you can just describe exactly what you want. You can be as broad or as specific. Let's say, for instance, we'll use one of the chips here as an example. Let's do that middle one, homes. That will be, yeah, perfect. So you can go ahead and click that. Just so you know, you could layer this in with filters if you want by clicking on the filter button. But once you put in your query, this should automatically sense what sort of criteria for a home is needed. So we've done that run and it runs pretty quickly as you can see. And then you should be able to see the best matches that fit exactly what you described. There's also, you can have the map view to see where the listings are. And additionally, under the list on the right side, any properties that perfectly, near perfectly match your description, there will be a top pick little, yeah, the orange button there, as you can see. All right, so let's actually go into one of these properties and check it out. You'll notice that, we show all the standard MLS data, like the photos and, the public remarks and so on and so forth. But in addition to it, anything with a lightning bolt symbol, that is actually unique to Homiere. So for instance, you'll be able to see how this home price compares to others similar in the area. You'll also see its top selling attribute, which in this case, it's a dual zoning advantage. If you click into the info, you'll see even more information there. Um, we've also predicted property condition. So in this case, this is ready to move in and built in, yeah, it looks like 1906 or, yeah.
Crazy, 1906. Pretty cool.
And just to verify that this property actually matches the description we've put in, which is that it will be good for Airbnb or rentals, let's check out the public remarks. Yep. So it looks like permanent and profitable for Airbnb, prime downtown location, so on and so forth. So let's go down a little bit more. You'll see all the features that you see on MLS and and Zillow's. But on top of that, again, if you click on any of the info, the I, you'll also see special things like our grade, ABC grade of what the quality of this home's like, structure and style, as well as utilities, which is a pretty unique thing. Then we scroll down and let's take a look at the opportunity section, which is actually my personal favorite. This is where you can really see the value of the property. So in this case, you could see that with rental income potential, you could probably get around $3,000 per month for this property. This might not be a good example. We can do another example after this, but if there are enhancement opportunities, so these are things like, can we add an ADU? Can we make it into a multi-unit? Can we keep the existing living square footage as is, but renovate the inside? Or can we expand the living square footage? So we have predicted these enhancement opportunities based on its zoning, its current usage, its living to lot size, square footage, similar homes, and its property condition. And that should pop up on their for properties where that gets a hit. When we scroll down, we also have the finance section, which shows the price per square foot comparison to the city's average of similar homes. Super unique here also is the cost of ownership, which we've been told by different users comes up frequently with clients, as well as if you're in California where there's climate risks, insurance risk from climate as well. This is also a pretty neat prediction that we did based on insurance where it has been dropped historically, as well as some of the climate emergencies that have occurred in the recent past. Okay, great. And you scroll down and we've also got the neighborhood section with schools and safety. All the way at the bottom, we have a map where you can sort of look at all of the natural hazard and air quality risks overlaid on this address. On top of all of this, you see a little chat button at the right side there. This is, again, super unique. You can ask any question about this home. So let's say, does this home have a pool? We can, yeah, maybe type that in. Or you could even ask, what is the contact information for the seller's agent? And that could pop up for you. But yeah, so this should answer any questions you have on this home, which makes it super easy for you to interact and, learn about the home. Now, let's sort of roll into our basic CRM features that we have. Actually, let's click into another property, Chris. Yeah. So let's say you take a look at this and then you're like, oh, hey, my client Nancy might really love this property. I might want to tag this for a client. You could totally do that by clicking on that button there and choosing your client name and then clicking on tag for a client. If you want to just straight away email or text them, you can also do so by clicking on the share button there. And then how you actually get that list of clients on there is you go into your dashboard by clicking on dashboard there, and then you'll see a card for each client. So these cards are auto-generated when your clients sign up. And for them to sign up, all you have to do is invite them with the button that says invite client right there, and you input their email. and they should get an email invitation from Homiere saying your agent, and then your agent name, your agent email has invited you to search for homes on Homiere. All right, cool. Yeah, and again, as Chris mentioned, at any point of you using Homiere, if you had feedback on what you love, but mostly about how you think this can be improved, you can click on the feedback button and then put in your feedback and just submit it. Or if it's easier, you can email Kevin or Chris and I, ourselves, our email addresses. We can provide it to them to Kevin. All right,
That,
that's it for
yeah,
them.
awesome,
Yeah.
Addie. And so, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Oh
um,
no, you're good.
so agents, any questions that you guys have about this, put them into the chat, of course. But what I think is really interesting, and so, you can, of course, have your clients use this tool. They can type it, type in anything they're looking for. And then I think the really powerful thing is the AI component, which allows them to drill down using that chat feature on the side once they've actually started the their search, right, Addie?
Yep, that's exactly right.
So what I envision, our agents doing is, sending this out to their clients. And one thing that we're always trying to do, of course, is to get our clients out of Zillow and Redfin and all those other platforms that, really allow our clients to possibly get, taken away from us, right? So this keeps them in our, uh, circle, right? Make sure that they don't get out onto those other spots where they might have to, meet a Redfin agent or something like that, right? So I think the way our agents will utilize this is by, giving this tool to their clients and then, explaining to the clients, yeah, just type in whatever you're looking for. So, one thing that I envision, our clients doing is going, oh, this is cool. I'm looking for a home in Irvine in the $1 million range, and they'll start there. And then, of course, from there, I want our agents to, kind of train the client to say, okay, do that. And even, get your client on the phone. And, once you've sent them the link and say, yeah, let's go through this tool together. And so, you'll do the preliminary search. And then I think it's really cool to train the client to be like, all right, now that you've done that, let's also do, homes in Irvine below $1 million that have a pool or that have a view or that are close to the, Bonita Canyon School or University High School or whatever it is that that person is really looking for. Because what I think the power behind this tool is, allowing the layperson to just type in what they're thinking. They don't have to like search for these different filters, and that's what all these other, search platforms require you to do, right, Addie?
Yep, that's right. And one other CRM component I might add is once you invite your client and they start looking up homes on Homiere, you can actually kind of track their activity by going into your dashboard. And for instance, this Andrew J. Smith here, you can tell that they're a casual user as opposed to a power or an inactive user. They've saved 3 properties. And if you click in, you can actually see the exact properties that they've saved, when their last login was. And based on their search criterias, their actual activity-based price range, cities that they're looking up, and number of bed and bath. So, there might be clients they tell you, oh, I'm interested in Irvine, but on here you could be able to tell, they're actually looking for homes in Fullerton or somewhere other nearby cities.
That is a great point. So there's a lot of times, we have, and just as as a consumer, looking for homes, occasionally, you and whatever your spouse might be talking about. Oh yeah, I think we want to, look in Irvine, and then through the course of the journey there, they that couple might say, you know what, actually we were thinking of Fullerton, or we've heard some cool things about Fullerton, or San Ann, or whatever it is. So this allows you to track that, oh, actually they are looking at, some other area. So I think that's really cool. And then we do have a question from Alyssa. Alyssa, thanks for the question. So her question is, to be clear, this is a client tool. So any key points that she can relay to her clients as to why they should use this versus Zillow or Redfin or my MLS. And I'll let you answer that question, Addie, and I can add to it.
Sure. Yeah. So as we've mentioned sort of at the beginning, this really is sort of a revolutionary tool. It's one of the first on the market to allow clients to use natural language to search homes. So exactly how as they would describe their ideal and dream home, they can describe that into this Homiere and then search for homes. And it's very user friendly. So unlike MLS, which is pretty clunky and not so, easy to navigate around, this is super sleek and very easy to use, just like Zillow. However, unlike Zillow and Redfin, this doesn't steal and, take the data and the activities that your clients would be inputting into Zillow and then use that for their advantage. So Homier really, it's built for the agents and their clients.
Perfect. And then also we have another question, is this information from the activity of, our agents' clients in the website shared with other users? And no. So this is actually, unique to each individual agent. They all have their own portal. And so no, that is one of the advantages, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. So you will only be able to see your own agents in your dashboard. No other agents will be able to see that.
So you meant your own clients.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
your own clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that literally is one of the key things. And as Alyssa said, or I'm sorry, as Addie said, it doesn't share that information with Zillow and those other platforms because obviously those platforms are using AI and they're collecting data and they are enhancing their own platforms with every search that's done. So this, keeps us out of the big guys. And so I do like that about Homer. And then we have one more client or one more question from Tara. Good to see you on here, Tara. Can you invite a married couple, for example, to the same search? So,
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
I can answer. Yeah, great question. So we have to invite individuals at the moment, but in our backlog, we are working on like a shared panel, which will allow you to invite multiple people. So you can kind of have like think of it as like a Pinterest board of the homes that you like. So we are working on that at the moment. So we hope to release that soon.
Perfect. Very cool. All right, and so I don't see any other questions. So before we kind of wrap this up, Bill, now that you've had a chance to get the full overview, any takeaways that you have about the Homiere platform?
I love it. Yeah, this is a great tool. I mean, it's fast, it's quick, very good experience for the customer, and this is something I would be implementing like today.
For sure. And so the great thing is Homier is going to allow all of the agents at ARG to use this tool and to send it out to their clients for free. So we are, beta testing this with them, which is very exciting. So we do appreciate that. And so what we'll do is, Chris and Addie will supply me with, there's that, link right there, but I'll make sure to put that link out on the webinar replay. And so either go ahead and just click on the link in the chat to get started, or I will, make sure that that is put into the replay that I'll put out this afternoon. So Addie, Chris, thank you so much for demonstrating your tool. We appreciate you guys coming on our webinar.
Thank you so much, Kevin and Bill.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So agents, let's give this thing a try. Let's check it out, send it out to our clients. With that said, thank you guys all for being on the webinar. We appreciate your time, and get out there, make today a great day, make this week a great week and a productive week, and we'll see you all on the webinar next Wednesday. Bye-bye.